the day, if not the season. Eric Dickerson chasing O.J. Simpson's record. Coming into today, 1,792 yards, or a mile and 21 yards, as someone figured out. O.J.'s record for 1973-2003. Eric needs 212 to get the record today. And the Rams will get the ball first. Joe Cooper getting ready to kick it away, the hero of last week's overtime win for the Oilers. Houston's won 3 out of 4. And the Rams, 4 out of 5. Two hot teams. Len Berman along with Gene Washington. Welcome to Anaheim. We may as well be in the Astrodome. 72 degrees and no wind. And Mike Pleasant on the far side. Drew Hill on the near side. And we are ready. Rams at 9-5, looking for the playoffs. They must win this week and Friday against San Francisco to ensure it. And Joe Cooper kicks it to Drew Hill at the 5, and we're underway. And Hill to the 23 before he's met solidly by Richard Williams. And we'll get to see Jeff Kemp and the Ram offense. Under Jeff Kemp, team is 8-3. Eric Dickerson, of course, the lone back. David Hill, back, blocking back. Drew Hill, wide receiver with Henry Ellard, and Mike Barber, the former Oiler, the tight end. And the offensive line, boy, look at these guys. Pankey, Hill, Smith, Howard, Bill Bain is at least 315 pounds, and they're the guys who set the way. Eric Dickerson bought them Rolex watches last year. I don't know, what about this year? Porsches, Gene?
Bill Bain says I'm making enough money to buy my own this year, but he said I'm still glad to have Eric.
First down for the Rams at the 23. Throwing on first down. And overthrowing Henry Ellard. So it was not Eric Dickerson right off the bat.
But that's why they don't throw that pass very often. As a matter of fact, the Rams have the lowest passing percentage of any team coming into this league. 48.9%, not very good.
Front three for the Houston Oilers. Ham, Stensrud. Baker leads the team in sacks, as he does every year. Some strong linebackers. We'll hear from Greg Bingham later on what it means and how he'll try to stop Eric Dickerson. Defensive back Steve Brown, bit of a hamstring problem. Check him out. Bo Eason, his first start last week, had an interception and a fumble recovery. 2nd and 10. Here's our first look at Dickerson. And maybe a yard. So he only needs 211 now for the record. Greg Bingham in on the tackle. And this will set up 3rd and long, and we'll see. We'll count the defensive backs, Gene, for Houston on this play. Against Pittsburgh, they had 5 at times.
This is exactly what Houston wants. They want Kemp to throw the football. He's got a big, strong arm, but he hasn't had the time and experience to develop the little drop-off passes, to develop that touch. They want to force him to throw the football because then they have the advantage. They have the disadvantage when Eric Dickerson is running the football.
4 on the front line. Flag of the afternoon on a 3rd and 9. They point the fingers. And we'll see what Fred Silva has to say, our referee this afternoon.
Defense, number 67. Encroachment.
Mike Stensrud, the advantage that they had, they just gave up. You know, and that's one of the things that Houston has been doing, getting themselves in problems 4 or 5 weeks ago. They've won 3 out of their last 4, and they've won it because they haven't made, I don't want to use a word as strong as stupid, but making mistakes where they put themselves in a hole. And this is a good example.
Instead of a long passing situation, now Kemp has options on 3rd and 4. There's his number 1 option at all times. Dickerson has the first down and gets across the 35 to the 37. Bostic, Steve Brown on the stop. So
that play, man-on-man blocking straight ahead, let Dickerson get the ball deep in the backfield and pick his hole. Good blocks from Kent Hill, number 72, big, strong guard, moves very quickly, and Irv Pankey, the left tackle. We're going to see that play a number of times. Flip the ball back to Dickerson, let him find a hole, man-on-man blocking. The Rams offensive line can do a good job.
1st and 10 from the 36. Dickerson now needs 203 yards for the record. And out to Ellard. So Henry Ellard, who's their leading wide receiver by catches, he's only caught 30, so it shows you how few times Kemp will put the ball up. On the other side, Drew Hill with only 11 receptions, and the speedster Ron Brown with 19. So that's why, as they jokingly say out here with John Robinson, USC coach, they'll say Dickerson left, Dickerson right, Dickerson up the middle. John Robinson loves the running game.
But when Ron Brown is in the football game, the defense must pay attention to him. With that speed, he can force them to back up.
2nd and 3 from the 43. Going deep. He's looking for Drew Hill. Has his man beat. Touchdown, Rams. yards. Drew Hill got behind Willie Tullis, and it was lights out. Jeff Kemp with the touchdown.
Well, I mentioned before that Kemp has a strong arm. That was good evidence of that from the end zone. Take a look. Drew Hill, who was out all last year with a back injury, coming back. I think this is only his 12th reception. Look at that. He hasn't beat so far. He just waits for it to come into his hands. 6 points.
Oilers never saw him on film. He's made just one catch in the last 6 weeks, Gene. There's number 2, Mike Lansford, with Steve Dills holding. Lansford has missed just one extra point this season. He's barefooted, as you see. And we have not played 2 minutes. And the bomb strikes in Anaheim. 7-0.
He beat him by a long ways. He just waited for it to come in his hands. The Rams have surprised him, scoring through the air.
It's coming down to Richard Williams, who takes it at the 9 for the Oilers. Williams heads outside. Well, that was a good special teams tackle. It was prevented a long return by Mike Pleasant. He made the tackle at the 22. Here's Warren Moon and company. Moon with those passes, 27 for 47 last week, 6 for 6 in overtime. Moriarty back from the pinched nerve. Dressel, Smith, Walls, Jamie Williams, the tight end. Offensive line did not allow a sack last week for the first time this year. Salem, Munchak, Romano, Schumacher, Matthews. Matthews played at USC under John Robinson. So, just as it was when we started for the Rams, the Oilers started their 23. Did a lot of checking off last week against the Steelers. Gives to Moriarty, gets a good hole, and Moriarty is still on his feet and nearly broke it at the 35. A saving tackle by Gary Green. 14-yard pickup. Well, this is a strange-looking situation for the Rams with Gary Jeter, the starting left end, on that front 3. Jack Youngblood not playing. There's Jack with the sunglasses. Played in 180 straight. He has not missed a game until today in 14 years since he was drafted. What a strange sight not seeing Jack Youngblood in a Ram uniform. All right, so first down at the 37. Moon's first pass. Completes it to Timmy Smith. Out to the 44 with Green covering. And the rest of the defense for the Rams. Their linebackers, Jim Collins out of Syracuse, number 50, their leading tackler with Owens, Eckert, and Wilshire. Defensive backs, they've had some injuries in there, although Gary Green, who made that play defensively, all-pro out of Kansas City. You see Vince Newsom playing for the injured Cromwell, Johnny Johnson, and Leroy Irvin. Irvin had a 51-yard touchdown return last week when the Rams beat the Saints. So it's 2nd and 3 at the 44. Moriarty looking for a first down. Moriarty got it. It was barely. Carl Eckern making the stop. And we may have an official timeout for a measurement here as Moriarty was close.
You know, in the games that the Oilers have played very well, they've also run the ball well. Moriarty over 100 yards in a couple of games against Kansas City and the Jets. This time following the lead block from his left guard, Mike Munchak.
Well, you think he was happy when they traded away Earl Campbell? I mean, he wasn't publicly, but he was a guy who was unhappy about his playing time. There was some talk maybe he wanted out. All of a sudden, Campbell leaves, and he gets the first down, and he gets the playing time, and all of a sudden the Oilers start winning, and they win 3 out of 4. He's got 2 carries for 17 yards already, and a first down here at the 47.
Lenny, both you and I talked with head coach Hugh Campbell on the sidelines there before the game, and he said for them to play effectively, you know, everyone hears about Warren Moon, but they must be able to run the football. They need that balance.
Homecoming for Campbell of sorts, coached with the LA Express in the United States Football League last year. First
comes a blitz.
inside for Herky Walls, and he's got Walls inside the 40. So Walls, who's just made 17 receptions this year, catches one for a first down there, and the offense is having a fun afternoon here in Anaheim. A 15-yard pickup.
Warren Moon throws the ball so effortlessly. Look at the way. It's just beautiful. Beautiful pass. I've never seen anyone throw the ball so accurately as he does. This time, Herky Walls for the reception. Now, the Rams, in my opinion, are in trouble in their defensive secondary. Gary Green is terrific, but without Nolan Cromwell and Johnny Johnson not what he used to be, they're suspect back there, and they need a good pass rush.
First down at the Ram 39. Moriarty pulls ahead inside the 35, tackled by Bill Owens, and the Oilers are marching.
The strong safety, Vince Newsom, has come on 2 plays in this drive. So what they're saying is they're not going to give Warren Moon a lot of time to throw the football because they're afraid of it. 2 times in this drive, they've had a strong safety blitz.
Well, Houston's offense is ranked 5th from the bottom in the National Football League, and you couldn't tell it from this drive. It's a 2nd and 5 at the 34. That was first wrestling motion, Moriarty, and this time he's stopped up. Reggie Dawson, others for the Rams defensively.
Well, Newsom had been coming on a blitz, but he comes up with the tackle this time. Let's watch. Moriarty up to the hole. Look at Newsom sticking his head in there, making a tackle, then driving back. Got a little help from Reggie Doss. Good play.
Well, they gave him a pickup of 2. I think he got a fortunate spot there. This sets up 3rd and 3. They're good against the rush, but suspect against the pass. Stan Edwards, the running back, in there now.
5 defensive backs for the Rams.
Aim at 29 for a first down. Herky Walls in motion. Walls is open. Moon pump fake, and there he goes. First down for Warren Moon inside the 25. No, Moon's the 3rd leading rusher on their club this year. He's active. Finally, Leroy Irvin caught up with him, but not before another Oiler first down.
You know, Warren felt the pressure, and for a minute he thought he was going to be sacked, didn't want to fumble the ball, was almost ready to go down, ducked underneath. Then he got away, saw the first down yard mark, picked it up. Oilers still have the ball, and you mentioned 3rd leading ground gainer, but he's not known as a runner. But in these situations, hey, I'll go for it. You got to keep this drive alive.
He is alive. First and 10 at the 23. Wrestling in motion. There was a bump there. There it is. Good call. Timmy Smith was bumped by Gary Green, and that should be pass interference against the defense. And that'll be another first down.
Gary Green is one of the best man-to-man covers. There you see the indication.
Defense, number 27. Pass interference. First down.
I know what was on Gary's mind on that play. He expected the ball to come in there sooner than it did because he was in good shape to make the play. The fact that Warren held on to it a little bit, Gary had already started his close, couldn't pull up, interference.
Now at the 11, we have 8:53 remaining first quarter. The Rams are leading 7-0, but this is the 8th play of this drive as the Oilers are in the shadow of the goalpost, literally. Moriarty heads outside. He tried to follow the block of Bruce Matthews and picked up a couple. There's Jim Collins, number 50 for the Rams defensively. Ball to pick up of maybe even 4.
114th player picked. He has really come on, going off 28 yards so far and 5 carries.
Even threw the ball once this year for completion. This is 2nd and 6 to 7. That was Stan Edwards in the backfield. Here he goes on the draw, and he fights his way forward with a host of tacklers to the 5. Reggie Doss, among others. Reggie got a game ball last week along with Greg Meisner for their play defensively against New Orleans. And now this will set up a 3rd down at the 5, and they need the 1 for a first down. So an important play here for the Oilers.
Well, the Rams are bringing in Gary Jeter. They're also bringing in Charles Dejanay and another defensive back, David Crudip. Well, was the Oilers to throw the ball.
It was the 10th play, Gene. They marched 72 yards, and they would rather not come away with 3.
Well, I
3rd
think
and 4 at the 5.
Timmy Smith probably will come in motion position. He's the best man to throw to because he has the most field.
There's the call. Good defense coming in right there to stop him. That was Johnny Johnson all over Timmy Smith. You had that play read out correctly, and so did Johnson.
The man you want to see is the man who is going to be in the middle. Here you see Timmy Smith coming. Now he's in the middle. He has more room to maneuver. Moon trying to get to his favorite receiver, but Johnny Johnson, he had that one diagnosed right on the spot, breaks it up. Good play.
Here's Joe Cooper. He missed the first one that he tried when he came over after the injury to Florian Kemp, but he's hit 6 straight afterwards, including that game winner last week. The law student who has a test tomorrow. John James is holding. Here's a test right here. And it's good. It almost sounded like someone got a hand in there, but it's good from 22 yards away. So each team scores the first time it gets the ball. But the Oilers come away with 3 thanks to Johnny Johnson. Good hitting down there, and Hill gets up close to the 30. Nice return by Hill before he stopped by Jamie Williams. 25-yard return. So we'll see what the Rams do again. We'll have some other scores for you when we return in just a minute. So that score helps the Rams' playoff hopes should the Rams lose next Friday at San Francisco. Of course, they have to win here today. First down at the 29. There he goes. Dickerson all the way up to the 40. Dickerson, Keith Bostic finally tracked him down.
Lenny, one of the people who plays a key role in this running of Dickerson's number 81. That's David Hill, the tight end. There you see him blocking on Greg Bingham. David Hill in Detroit, my last year in the NFL, I played in Detroit. He was a terrific tight end, caught a lot of deep passes. They have him listed at about 237 here. We have a player down. That's Keith Bostic, strong safety. He got back up. He's a tough guy. He says, I'm all right. But anyway, getting back to David Hill, since he's come out here with Johnny Robinson, he's primarily a run blocker. I think he's about 250 pounds, but he's like an additional tackle out there on the field.
Well, Eric Dickerson now needs 192 yards to beat O.J. He's already set his single-season record. And Greg Bingham, before the game, told us how he would try to stop Eric Dickerson, and it's not an easy task. We'll hear Greg Bingham.
Well, no question about it, he's a great back. He might be one of the top 10 to ever play the game. The way we have to stop him is myself as a little middle linebacker have to move the defensive line and linebackers accordingly to put ourselves in the best position to stop him. If you leave any holes open, he's going to find it and he's going to break a big one.
And he might add, we'll use Bob Ham on a tackle. That's a rare loss for Dickerson on that play. Ham, a loss of 1. Bostic back in now. So 2nd and 11 from the 39.
One other note, Lenny, Ron Brown is in the ballgame, number 89. A speedster from the Olympics, so they have to pay a lot of attention to him.
Fake to Dickerson. Throw out to the far side is complete. Good running over there by tight end James McDonald. 18 yards. And that's his first catch of the year. He only had 1 career catch.
Basketball player.
That's right, McDonald with a catch here. Hey, let me do that more often. Out of USC. Isn't everybody out of USC who plays for John Robinson? Boy, that's one guy they couldn't expect to see. Tight end James McDonald. First catch of the season. First down now at the Oiler 44. They're
going for it.
Well, he just threw it up for grabs, and it was nearly grabbed by Brown and Tullis. Kemp didn't even look. He just dropped back. Gene just threw up a lollipop, and Tullis was back there. Brown was there, and this man is fortunate it was not intercepted by Tullis.
You're exactly right. Ron Brown, even with his speed, wasn't even close to Willie Tullis. Tullis complains here because he feels he was interfered with by Ron Brown. Let's watch. No, he's going for the football. No. They're both entitled to go for it. Tullis thought he was going to come up with his 5th interception there. He's upset. He's got 4. Thought that was going to be his 5th.
2nd and 10.
Well, Houston's already showing a double coverage on Ron Brown.
It's back to Dickerson. Dickerson's man bounces off, but Dickerson heads inside the 40. Bo Eason finally got him, so the second effort by Dickerson on that play.
He took some shot from Robert Abraham, the inside linebacker. Abraham, leading tackler on the team, 177. Watch the hit here. And you think Dickerson's going to go down. In slow motion, you don't get quite the same feel. But again, Dickerson just keeps those legs churning. Gives you an idea of how strong he is. Bounces to the outside. 23 yards, 5 carries.
3rd and 5 at the 39. Now needs 189 yards to break the record. Let's see how many he gets this time. Dickerson to the outside. Eric Dickerson is finally dragged down by Keith Bostic, the only man between Eric and the goal line. A 25-yard pickup, and Dickerson just marches on.
When they first started, I said we'd see a lot of these plays. Student body right. John Robinson had a lot of Heisman Trophy winners run this same play. And look at how he just breaks through the tackles. Get the ball to Dickerson. Put a lot of people in front of him. Let them block man on man and let him find the holes.
He came into the game needing 212. Now it's down to 164. We'll keep the statisticians busy today on NBC. First down at the 14. David Hill in motion for the Rams. Goes to Ron Brown in the backfield. And Brown caught it behind the line of scrimmage and then ran down to the 7. Robert Brazil making the stop for the Oilers along with Robert Abraham. Earlier today around the National Football League, Pittsburgh held on. So they beat Cleveland. Pittsburgh led Cincinnati by a game.
What a surprise.
Kansas City beating up on Seattle 34-7. That game's still in progress, fourth quarter, as we mentioned. St. Louis beat the Giants. Cardinals alive for a playoff spot. Philadelphia, New England is now officially eliminated. New England's out of the playoffs. And that officially puts the Raiders in. We'll have more scores coming up. There's a 2nd and 3 at the 7. Dickerson gets all 7 of them.
Wait a minute. He fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball.
And the Rams recover it for a touchdown. Touchdown to Henry Ellard on a Dickerson fumble at the goal line.
Dickerson goes right in, and right at the goal line, he loses the football. Right there, just as he's about to cross the goal line.
I thought he might have been in, Gene.
Well, you know, when we look at it on slow motion, you can see he was right on the goal line, and that's a tough call for the official. But fortunately for the Rams, Henry Ellard, number 80, was there. Recovers it. That's a touchdown for the Rams.
So give Dickerson 6 yards to give Ellard the touchdown on the fumble recovery. You know, there was a game against San Francisco, Gene, where Dickerson fumbled on the 1 and out of the end zone, and it went as a touchback. What looked like a short touchdown. Well, Lansford adds the extra point, so officially Eric Dickerson carries to the 1. Ellard recovers his fumble, and the Rams lead 14-3. Payne, but now they're giving the touchdown to Dickerson and ruling he fumbled after he broke the plane, Gene.
Oh, they are. Well, let's watch from the far end zone. There the ball goes loose. But I guess from this side, an official is standing right on the sideline, and he's saying that once you cross that plane and if you have possession, it's a touchdown.
Well, now as they tend to Richard Williams, we'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back, everybody. Val walking off the field on the far side under his own power. Len Berman along with Gene Washington. 4:19 remaining first quarter. Our score here is 14-3 Rams over Houston. But some finals. The Kansas City score now a final. So Seattle in that AFC West dogfight lost the game they figured to win. Green Bay surprises Chicago, although Chicago's had it long clinched. Miami came back. They were down. And Cincinnati beat New Orleans. So going into the final Sunday, Cincinnati trails Pittsburgh by a game. AFC Central. First down to the 21. Moon, plenty of time. Hits Chris Dressel. And Dressel is tough to bring down. It's up to the 28. Mel Owens in on the tackle. Eric Dickerson on the sideline. Already today, he's rushed 7 times for 55 yards, has the 7-yard touchdown, and now needs 157. And he wants to do it today, I would assume, because it's going to be tough next Friday night against San Francisco. The 49ers shut them down the last time around.
Held him to 38 yards.
this play will start the 29 now. 2nd and 2. Ricky Wall's in motion for the Oilers. Moriarty, 1st down and more, hurdling up to the 35. Moriarty is a fun back to watch, Gene. 240 pounds, 2nd year out of Notre Dame, and he's a bull charging through there.
Well, Houston evidently likes their center, Jim Romano. They keep running right up the middle. Does a good job of pushing the blockers past the line of scrimmage. Jim Collins, the leading Ram tackler, was pushed past the line of scrimmage. One good place to go right at the center, and 2 linebackers just go right at them. Don't try to get to the outside.
So Greg Meisner, Charlie DeJournay, the 2 those tackles on the spot. 1st down at the 36. They finally got him, and he fumbles. The Rams have it. Well, Doug Reed is the man, defensive end. Rookie out of San Diego State with Jack Youngblood injured. That gives him playing time, and Doug Reed capitalizes with a big fumble recovery.
I think it's Reggie Doss. Nope, number 69, Greg Meisner gets there first. Reggie Doss, he's the man who knocks it away. And there's Doug Reed coming up with the recovery. Let's watch the center, number 55, Jim Romano, who does a good job on Meisner in the beginning. Now it does a little spin. Now there's Romano. He opens the gate, and look at that. Oh, my man got there. Too late.
The rookie, Doug Reed, with the recovery. 1st down at the 22. Rams already lead it 14-3. A flag is down as Dickerson is down at the 20. We have 2 minutes, 41 seconds remaining 1st quarter, and a big turnover there as the Rams trying to really put some daylight between them and the Oilers. But let's see what the flag is here.
Illegal procedure against the Rams,
right.
Talking earlier about how the Oilers had won 3 of their last 4. Johnny Robinson, head coach of the Rams, on the sidelines. But they've done it by being able to run the ball well and avoiding costly turnovers. This situation is a situation they were in when they lost 10 straight. We'll listen to the call.
Less than 7 men on the lines. Refused. 2nd down.
That's all right. That's not easy for a referee to say all that while his hands are still moving. I mean, that's a good move by Fred Silva. So because they held him to 2 on the play, they declined the penalty. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 20. So I guess they consider it a moral victory when they can hold Dickerson to just a 2-yard gain.
Well, this is a normal passing down, but the Rams aren't the typical. Well, I think this is going to be against the Rams. I think Ken Hill got started a little early. Someone did over on the left side, either Irv Pankey or Ken Hill.
Offense, 75. Full start.
Irv Pankey. You know what? When they throw a handkerchief against Pankey, do they call it a hanky?
Hanky
I don't want to. All right. All right. We asked Greg Bingham earlier, how come the San Francisco 49ers were able to shut down Dickerson? They held him to just 38 yards several weeks ago, and here's what Bingham told us before the game.
Well, San Francisco stopped them with their offense. When they stopped Eric Dickerson, the defense was on the bench, and the offense was scoring 21 points in the 1st quarter, and that's really the key to stopping Dickerson. I don't think anybody stops him. I think you have to slow him down and let your offense score a whole bunch of points, and then your defense will be sitting on the bench while their offense is starting.
Well, with the Rams with the lead, Dickerson gets the carry and moves inside the 20.
The Oilers had 2 men out there, Bo Eason one of them, who thought they were going to be able to tackle Dickerson. Gave them a little juke, jumped inside, and just turned on the Jets. O.J. says it has warp speed. Right. Watch this on the right side of your screen. Number 21, Bo Eason is going to be out there. Linebackers out there. Look, stop, run by, accelerates, picks up another 3 or 4 yards. Irv Pankey coming all the way around from the far side, his left tackle spot to get in on the block. And that's what these linemen, they get inspired. They know if they hustle the way Dickerson runs, they're liable to make a key block on the other side of the field.
David Hill in motion is the 3rd and 6 at the 18. Flag is down again. Maybe that's why Ron Brown couldn't get going. Maybe it's because Pat Allen kept them from going. Let's check out the flag, but there was nobody where that pass was intended from Kemp.
Well, he obviously threw that one away. He was trying to get a little quick screen out to Ron Brown on the far side.
Brown was held up in the backfield. Let's see what Silva
Offense,
says.
illegal formation.
Ah.
6 men on the line of scrimmage. Refused, and it's 4th down.
The Rams offensively now with 3 penalties in this series. They just couldn't get their act going, and that could be important. John Robinson should be upset.
Well, gonna go for the field goal here, and
Mike Lansford comes on. You know, he's hit 11 straight, and that ties a club record. This will be a 35-yard attempt.
well, he's 9 out of 11 from this range, 30 to 39.
Steve Dills, the man doing the hole, gets it down, and a Ram club record 12 consecutive field goals. Mike Lansford adds 3 more for the Rams from 35 yards away. So the fumble recovery by the rookie Reed leads to 3 more from Lansford. It's 17-3 Rams. A big hole. Well, that's a big tackle turned in there. That was Mike McDonald on the floor. And he turned in a real touchdown saving tackle. Mike McDonald, another guy from USC, young linebacker, and stopped him at the 28. Caught him by the shoelaces. So now Moon and the Oilers, who fumbled it last time, start at the 28. They have to piece something together here, trailing by 14. Coming off the big win, they've won 3 out of 4. Moriarty's been a workhorse. Moriarty breaks up there, and Moriarty up close to the 37. Johnny Johnson finally making a tackle. Some big holes being opened up there, Gene.
Well, you know, without Jack Youngblood in there, I think it really has a very negative effect on the Rams defensive line. I mean, not only is a good pass rush, he's led the league, led the team anyway for the last couple of years on sacks, but he's such an inspirational leader. And without him, they have people in there who just sort of aren't accustomed to each other. Gary Jeter's not a bad player, but he's not what they thought he was going to be when he was a #1 draft choice. And I think in order for the Rams to be effective on defense, they really need Youngblood in there.
2nd and 2 at the 36. Moriarty taking advantage. He's out of there now. This is Stan Edwards on the near side. Edwards fights for a first down. Perhaps. Vince Newsom over here making the stop. Edwards last week playing for the injured Moriarty had 25 carries.
No, I think the Oilers are doing the right thing in order to get back into this football game. Some people might expect when they're down 17-3 to start throwing the football all over the place. If that doesn't work, then you really get in a hole. They need to do what they've been doing, winning the last 3 out of 4, and that's maintain that balance of running and passing. And it makes Warren Moon more effective on play action.
First down at the 41. Moriarty back in there. Moon is 3 of 4 passing. Well, that was tipped by Eckern as it was intended for Jamie Williams. So good play turned in by the linebacker on the coverage.
Eckern did a good job of getting out in front of Jamie Williams. Almost came up with, I think, what would have been his first interception. Just gets out there with the left hand and bats it away. Jamie Williams, #2 receiver for the Oilers, coming into this game with 36 receptions.
Now you see Moriarty head over. There's Shoot Campbell. Edwards back in the lineup. This is 2nd and 10 at the 41. Final 42 seconds of the first quarter. Good time from Moon to Mike Holston. First down at the Ram 45 with Gary Green covering. Holston made some big grabs in the overtime drive last week. Made 7 catches in the game, and here he picks up 14 yards. 4th year out of Morgan State. Mike Holston making a contribution.
Nice catch, but an even better pass from Warren Moon. He just makes me smile when I watch him throw the football. He has such a quick release. I mean, when he decides to throw, that ball is gone, and it's right on the money.
This will be the final play of the first quarter. First down at the 45. Moriarty. Another big hole and picks up another 5 yards. Before Johnny Johnson got him. So a first quarter that belonged to the Rams, although the Houston Oilers have shown some offensive flashes. They'll be driving here in Rams territory and will return to the second quarter. Down to Drew Hill on the first drive for the Rams. Here we go to the second quarter. 2nd and 5 for Houston at the Rams 40. by Tim Smith for a first down inside the 35. Gary
Smith,
Green.
favorite receiver. First quarter, Dallas over the Redskins, 7-zip. San Diego, first quarter ahead of Denver, 6-0.
Boy, suddenly in the West, Seattle lost and Denver here losing.
You know that the Redskins have never won both games in a season against the Cowboys? Never swept.
We shall see. First down at the 32.
Comes a blitz.
That's Newsome chasing Moon, and Warren is that might have been a late hit. On the far side, no flag is thrown as Newsome chased him down. He completed that tackle after Moon had crossed the sideline.
Well, in the first quarter, Newsome came on that safety blitz from the right side of your screen, number 22. Comes in on the strong safety blitz. This will give you an idea of the speed that Newsome has. Look, he closes the gap, gets Moon before he can get really back to the line of scrimmage.
The second sack of Moon today from an offensive line that did not allow a sack a week ago. So this will be second and 13 now. They're back at the 35. Moon did well just to lose 3 on the fluke.
Here comes another blitz. Good
ball. Yes, sir. Moriarty gets down to the 25. Boy, you see that blitz coming, and all of a sudden you got a screen going. Your offensive coordinator is smiling ear to ear. 10-yard pickup.
Right call at the right time.
Eric had 64 yards in that first quarter. If he does that in every quarter, we'll see an NFL record this afternoon.
Lenny, I think the reason we're seeing so much blitzing from the Rams, we've seen it from Newsome 3 or 4 times, that time from a linebacker, is that quite frankly, they're just not getting the pass rush from their defensive line. Not putting the pressure on the quarterback, and they have to do it by blitzing.
3rd and 3 at the 25. Dressel goes in motion. Out of bounds. No, sir. So this will set up 4th down and 3 as Holston caught it, but he was out of bounds.
Let's take a look from up high. Watch the coverage. At the bottom of your screen in the middle, that's number 84, Mike Holston. And you're going to see he catches this ball just as he's going out of bounds. Officials right on the spot catch 1 foot in, but at the NFL you need 2. That might have worked in college.
So now Joe Cooper, and the ball will be spotted at the 32, so this will be a 42-yard attempt. Joe is already hit from 22. Not a bad spot on the field to think something.
2 out of 3 from this distance.
Boy, this is a dream come true season for Joe Cooper. Here's a guy studying the law books when he gets the phone call. And here he comes on to win a game last week. Couple of field goals this week. It's now 17-6 Rams. It's 17-6 Rams. Joe Cooper, maybe he'll open up some chocolate chip shops the way Warren Moon has. He's a big hero down in Houston these days. Mike Pleasant, kickoff return. A good hit. Turned in by Johnny Meads. As Cooper, as I mentioned before, he's got a test tomorrow in law school. And, you know, he's passing every test in the National Football League. I wonder what he'll turn to. Maybe he'll represent athletes as a lawyer. That'd be good for him. Now the playoff picture in the NFC. Oh, let's check the AFC first. Seattle losing today. Denver was trailing, and Cincinnati within a game of Pittsburgh. But they have the edge. Cincinnati finishes at New Orleans. Pittsburgh finishes at the Raiders. So should Cincinnati and Pittsburgh tie, Cincinnati gets the AFC Central. They've been playing some good football. You know, the team you can scratch from that list now, the New England Patriots, losing today, that does them in and officially clinches the spot for the Raiders. So for the 2nd year in a row, 3 out of the 5 playoff teams in the AFC, well, that's quick work, guys. Quick fingers down on the Chiron. 3 teams in the AFC West, as they did a year ago, will make the playoffs this year. And the story for the Rams at 9-5. Now, they finished Friday night at San Francisco, but even should they lose, with the Giants picking up a 6th loss today, the Rams have an excellent playoff shot because the Rams beat the Giants. Remember that game? 3 safeties in the same game. Rams beat the Giants. Strange one. So the Rams have have an edge, and that deals a blow. Suddenly, St. Louis at 9-6 has a shot. Virtually the entire NFC East. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have a shot, all but Philadelphia.
Darryl Meadows, free safety going up.
That was an easy task there. Perhaps the Giants get to host New Orleans next Saturday. Okay, first down at the 19 for the Rams. They lead at 17-6. We haven't played 2 minutes of the second quarter. And guess who carries for a couple? You know, interesting with Eric Dickerson, the owner of the Rams, Georgia Frontieri, bought Eric's mom a satellite dish so she can watch back in Sealy, Texas, which is 50 miles outside of Houston. Well, today, Mama Dickerson does not need the satellite dish. We're on the air in Houston and happy to be there, and Mom's watching in Sealy. Needs 144 to break OJ's record. Our producer, Glenn Ladama, who's into these things, tells me that's a gross of yards he needs. Second and 6 at the 23. We got to get Adamo off the bowling tour. Here goes Dickerson again, and does not get the gross there. Good gross defensive work turned in by Mike Stensrud, among others, and he gets out to the 25, which will set up third. And here's that Houston defense, as we mentioned last week in this times. That really threw off the Steelers, and we'll see what they do here. This will be third and the long 3 at the 26.
Brought in some added muscle up the middle. Number 72, Brian Soche. I used to call him Socia.
So did everyone else.
Soche.
He never, 2 years after he's been there, he tells the Oilers it's Soche, and they said, well, why didn't you tell us? He said, I'm just happy to be here. I don't care what you call me. Third and 3 at the 26. Dickerson, and it's tricked up. Good play in the backfield as Dickerson is stopped. Ted Thompson, the linebacker, also out of SMU. And Thompson dumped Dickerson in the backfield to set up fourth down. We'll finally see a punt this afternoon.
Well, it's student body right. Man-on-man blocking from the Rams. Give the ball to Dickerson. Number 51 coming up through the middle. Ted Thompson was a man who tripped Dickerson up, held him from getting the first down.
That's John Misko to punt. He's really battling for his life here. He's been in a 3-week slump. He needs to break out of it if he wants to stay with the club. He gets a high one. That's Roaches at the 31 and immediately tackled by Sully. Ivory Sully. So a 41-yard punt, no return. The Oilers will take over. You know, December 22nd, it's the Georgia Bulldogs against the Florida State Seminoles. It's the Citrus Bowl in Florida. They've come up with a couple of good plays in the linebacking core, Gene. Boone is 6 of 10 passing.
Well, the linebacker's able to get the jump to the outside. I mean, as soon as they see pass, they're jumping to the outside because they know that Houston is not going to win this game running the ball. Because the first thing in their minds is pass defense.
Third and 5 of the 36. Here's a play where you look for Tim Smith, the wide receiver. No longer anonymous in the National Football League. Boom. Intercepted, intended for Holston. Here's Johnny Johnson. A flag is down. And Johnson out of bounds at the 35. Flag came late in the play. Pass was intended for Holston.
You know, the Ram defenders sort of dove at Holston's feet. The ball was over his head. I don't think he had a chance to catch it. You know, if the receiver doesn't have a chance to catch the football, you shouldn't call pass interference. Let's watch from the end zone. Coming across the middle. Boone's going to try to get the ball to Holston. One of the Ram defenders is going to be at his feet right there, but he had no chance to catch the football. Let's see if they call pass interference.
Defensive pass interference. First down.
Called against David Crodum. That is a big call and an important point you made. They changed the rule a few years ago. You cannot call pass interference if you don't have a shot to make it. But, gee, I don't know.
He had no chance to catch that football.
Really?
No chance.
Had a chance to touch it, though.
Unless he grew 6 inches.
Wait a second. He had a chance to touch it, which could have
He had no chance to touch the ball.
All right.
He had no chance to
I
get
rest
that.
my case. First down at the 50. Edwards is straight ahead down to the 46. I was trying to make the point, Gene.
Before I so rudely interrupted.
Maybe if he could touch it, that would have prevented the interception. But I'll take your word for it. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. Remaining first half. This is a 2nd and 7 from the 47. Here's Moriarty, and this time he's tackled by Jim Collins. Good, strong tackle turned in by the Rams' leading tackler, Collins, in his 4th year out of Syracuse.
Moriarty was looking too soon to make the cut. Look, his linemen are going outside. Look where he goes. See, too soon. Should have followed his lineman, should have stayed outside. That's where all the open area was. But he was thinking cut back. He'd gotten some success cutting back earlier. But Jim Collins, there he is, number 50, leading tackler. He was inside waiting for him. Moriarty had already made up his mind that he was going to cut back. And can't make up your mind too soon.
All right, a 3rd and 6 at the 46. Passing situation for Warren Moon operating out of the shotgun. Moon complete to Smith. First down. There's your first down man. He was covered by Gary Green, but Moon drilled it to Timmy Smith. He's approaching 60 receptions this year. He caught 83 last year and somehow didn't make the Pro Bowl. Maybe he won't be overlooked this year. He's made 3 catches today for 25 yards. His next catch will be his 60th.
And he is operating on that play against one of the best man-to-man covers in football, Gary Green. But he kept himself between the defender and the football. That's smart football on the part of Tim Smith.
First down at the 36. Walls in motion again. Play action fake to Edwards. Incomplete, intended for Jamie Williams on the far side with Green covering.
Now, I think he was throwing that to Smith. He was trying to get it out to Tim Smith. The problem is that Jamie Williams was going in that area, and I think Smith couldn't see the ball. Sort of like a foul tip. If you're a catcher trying to get a foul tip, sitting there waiting, and all of a sudden the ball just jumped on top of him. Let's watch again. You'll see Jamie Williams out there, but the ball is being thrown to Timmy Smith. It was a good job by Mel Owens of getting up, putting his hand in the way.
Ah, okay. 2nd and 10 at the 36. Dressel in motion. And there's the hole for Edwards to the outside. Edwards down to the 22. He still isn't down and out of bounds. What an opening and what a run by Stan Edwards.
And what a block from number 88, Chris Dressel, the H-back. Going in motion. Watch the block by Dressel, number 88. There's the block. Stan Edwards bounces to the outside. Good run.
14 yards. You know what this does? This keeps Eric Dickerson off the field. This is the best defense against Dickerson. That's what Bingham was alluding to earlier about the 49ers. First down at the 22. 7:20 remaining first half. It's 17-6 Rams over Houston. Dressel comes outside now. Plenty of time for Moon. Tim Smith went right. Moon thought he was going left, and that pass went nowhere. Moon is saying, wait a second. Where are you supposed to go left?
He's saying, sit down. You're supposed to go there and sit down. Don't go down there and hook up and sit there. If I don't throw it, then move to the inside, but don't move to the inside too soon.
There's Moon's stats. On the year, he's 57%. Thrown 12 touchdown passes, but 13 interceptions. Would have had a 14th today. But it was called on the penalty. This is the 9th play of the drive now. 2nd and 10 at the 22. Draw play to Moriarty. They're having success on the ground. Moriarty inside the 20 before Vince Newsom catches up with him. But this was the 2nd best rush defense in the NFL with 4 against the pass. But Oilers having terrific success on the ground this afternoon, Chief.
Well, again, I hate to belabor the point, but Mr. Youngblood is not in there. And when he's not in there, they're trying to compensate for that fact. They're doing different things with their defense. They're doing more stunts. They're doing more blitz with the linebackers, trying to make up for the absence of Jack Youngblood.
Moriarty crouches down. He's rushed 11 times for 61 yards. Stan Edwards replaces him. They're going back and forth, Moriarty and Edwards, each doing well. They have 100 yards between them. 3rd and 5 from 17.
Blitz again. Good throw. That's interference.
Yes, sir.
That's interference.
Again for the 2nd time. Roden was a rookie out of San Diego State. And the other one you questioned, one you don't.
All the way, top of your screen, 28 for the Rams, 83 for the Oilers.
Number
Look,
28.
he's going to be all
First
over.
down.
He's all over. Can't do that. The amazing thing, though, is that Warren Moon was backing up under pressure, getting a blitz, and was able to get the ball off, and perfect throw. He made an incredible throw on that play. Watch Warren Moon. He's going to get the pressure. There's a blitz, number 50. Linebacker, Jim Collins. Watch, he's backing up. Look at this. Throwing the ball, backing up.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, tough. Woo.
Only Joe Montana comes to mind, a guy who can do that. Throwing off the back. All right, this is first and goal from just inside the 5, an I formation. 2 running backs now. Here's the second one, Moriarty.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Oilers on the ground. They carried about 3 Rams with them. Larry Moriarty with his 4th touchdown, and carried Wiltshire and Collins, a couple of linebackers, into the end zone with him.
Well, Moriarty is 240 pounds. He's no little guy. And he likes getting those 100 yards and scoring those touchdowns. There's Dressel in motion. And as you mentioned, Lenny, he's going to get hit right here, but he keeps pushing. Another 2.5 yards, 6 points. And again, the balance of the Oilers, scoring on the run.
65 yards on the day for Moriarty. And now Cooper will try to draw the Oilers within 4. So a 7-point day for Joe Cooper. A 4-yard touchdown from Larry Moriarty. The Oilers are back close again, a bit on fire, 17-13. This afternoon, that last drive, aided by 2 pass interference calls against David Crowdip. Good kick. And no choice for Mike Pleasant but to down it right there. So we'll take a timeout. When we return, more action and all the scores from around the league. The Rams lead the Oilers 5 times, but Houston, it's the Rams just 8. That's why they give it to Dickerson all the time. First down at the 20, and there he goes. Nearly stopped in the backfield. Dickerson breaks free. Eric Dickerson is grabbed at midfield. Dickerson. The Oilers had the right play called at the right time. Mike Kennedy missed the tackle. Watch the cutting ability by Dixon. Back to the inside. That's Boston. He beats there. Now he's off for the races. Willie Tullis is the man remaining, making the tackle. First down at the 47. Dwayne Crutchfield has replaced him. Give him a breather. Kemp scrambling. And Kemp overthrowing it out of bounds. You know, Dickerson came into this game beating 212 for the record. He's halfway home, folks. He's got 106. He needs 106. And now he has rushed over 100 yards for the 12th time this season. And that is an NFL record.
Now, the interesting thing is that last year, at this point in the season, Dickerson was tired. You know, he hadn't been used to this kind of schedule. This year, he paced himself a little more. He says he feels really good. He's accustomed to this 16-game schedule plus the preseason. Not tired anymore.
Second and 10 at the 47th. We mentioned the former Oiler, Dwayne Crutchfield, has spelled him here. There's Crutchfield, and Crutchfield gets a big hole. My goodness, all the way down to the 30. That offensive line is opening up holes for whomever the running back is. A 17-yard pickup for Crutchfield. And now he'll take a breather, and Dickerson comes back.
Well, let's watch from the end zone. Number 54, Greg Bingham. He goes too far to the left. That's what you call an influence block. You get the linebackers flowing in one direction. You give it to the halfback. He cuts back. Crutchfield with the ball. And Lenny, what you were talking about, the fact that the offensive line is doing so well, when you have a back like Dickerson, it just gets the whole group inspired. Regardless of who's coming in, sort of to give him a breather, that line gets inspired.
Dickerson's back. His first down at the 30. Throwing out complete for Ellen. And he's close to a first down. Ariella, the leading pass catcher among the wide receivers, as Jeff Kemp hits him on that one after missing him the previous time. And this will set up 2nd and 1 at the 21. A hand from Self from Kemp.
Johnny, this almost seems strange, but this might be a time for Houston to call timeout. You know, the Rams are on such a roll right now. They have everything going for them. It's almost like you just come up with something and just try to slow down their momentum a little bit. And I would imagine that Dickerson's going to get the football.
Hugh Campbell's not calling timeout. 4:21 remaining in the half. It's a 2nd and 1 at the 21. Fake to Dickerson, who rolls the other way. Completing to David Hill inside the 10, and Hill is wide open. You know, we talked so much about Dickerson. What about Jeff Kemp? He's doing a good job in there this afternoon.
Well, he's doing a good job under the circumstances. He hasn't played a whole lot of football. He's young. Mentioned before, he has a big, strong arm. But on that play, number 54, the veteran linebacker for the Oilers, Greg Bingham, he was in on the action. Watch. He's going to be right in Kemp's face when he throws his football. Oh, takes a shot there, but he gets in on the action.
Come on, Greg, the play's over. That was Dennis Harrow with a block in there. This is 1st and goal at the 9. The Rams are charging. 3.5 minutes remaining in the half. There goes Dickerson. Nowhere. Greg Bingham couldn't get Kemp before. Got Dickerson this time. And Eric is stopped for no gain. And a bit slow getting up.
There he is, right in the middle of the action. Good reads. Now, you saw when he took that, he looked to the outside. He says, Eric Dickerson has the ball, registered in his mind. He says, I have to get to the outside. Got out there. Dickerson saw he couldn't get any place, slowed down a little bit, tried to cut back inside.
Well, that's the record we talked about a moment ago. 12 times this year. What can he do for an encore? Rookie rushing record this year, a single season rushing record perhaps. 100-yard game records. So what records won't he break? He'll have them all someday. Here he goes now. Dickerson is stopped again at the line of scrimmage, and they're keying on Dickerson. And a couple of players going at it. Mike Barber against his former teammates.
Yeah, but I think they're going to throw this flag on Barber. Uh-oh, now they...
Avon Riley, number 53 for the Oilers. Pointing fingers and shoves him.
Mike Barber gave him a sucker punch. He was down on the ground and jumped up, started in the action again. You know, this is a case where the officials usually see the person who responds instead of the person who initiates the action.
That was a dead ball foul. We have unsportsmanlike conduct on both sides. It will be 3rd down.
Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
You know, I remember watching O.J. Simpson get thrown out of the game for less than that. Officials several years ago were really tough. When they saw anything break out, they were under the gun to throw some players out of games. And I saw O.J. get the boot in New England once for less activity than that. 3rd and goal at the 9 as Barber and Riley both stay in the game after mixing it up. There's our score. 2:35 remaining, first half. It's been action-filled. And throwing, completing to Barber. Cannot get in the end zone.
Well, Barber continues to point. One way to get even with the player on the other team is to be successful against them. My coach always told me if you want to get even with the defensive back as a receiver, go out and catch a pass. Mike Barber did it on this play. Kemp to Barber, little short pass. Nearly gets into the end zone, catches the ball and turns back inside. And the fellow who's down on the ground, who missed the tackle, is Avon Riley. And Barber gets back up, says, I'll show you, I'll show you. Oh, no, he's still upset.
What are you saying? Don't get mad, get even. Huh? Is that the old line? Jeter over there?
I'll tell you what, it's very stupid what he's doing. And Johnny Robinson is telling him that.
Meantime, back at the ranch, Michael Lansford converts a 19-yard field goal. So with 2:26 remaining in the half, the Rams get it. There's Roaches at the 3. And Cronin with a good tackle, trying to make up for those 2 pass interference calls, makes a good special teams play at the 15 before Roaches could get ahead up of steam. So we've got 2:17 remaining in an eventful first half, and the Rams leading the Oilers 2013. Elsewhere around the National Football League, We'll get to the scores shortly. We'll update you on what's going on. But here, first down at the 15.
Well, the Oilers have plenty of time to get down in scoring position. 2:17 to go. They'll have the benefit of the 2-minute warning to stop the clock.
There are the early finals. Moriarty gets 5 more. They cannot slow him down. Jim Collins finally does.
And again, another good block from Chris Dressel, the H-back. Coming in motion, helping out on the nose tackle.
And we're coming up to the 2-minute warning here in Anaheim. So our score. The Rams lead the Oilers 20-13. A lot of sideline conversation that just won't quit. A lot going on. We'll be back shortly. Our score 20-13. The Rams.
There is nothing more basic to a child's development than love. When a child...
Situation that you're in, it could hurt him and his team a lot more than it can hurt the Oilers. I mean, you don't want to get a penalty call and you in the wrong situation. That could turn out to be a key play. And then later on, next week, then you're saying, why did I do that? You have to keep a cool head.
All right, for Warren Moon, 2nd and 4th at 21. 2 minutes remaining, first half. Dishes it off to Williams. Jamie Williams, it's stopped cold from 20. That'll be a loss of a yard. And set up 3rd and 5. Carl Eckhart making a good stop of Williams. Clock continues to run. They do not use a timeout. 1:40 remaining. There's a 3rd down play is up. Pittsburgh beat Cleveland by 3. Kansas City with a stunner over Seattle. Rolled it up against the Seahawks defense. St. Louis, 10-point win over the Giants. That's a little bit of a surprise
Giants
as
held
well.
it at 10 points at the first meeting.
Philadelphia knocked New England out of the playoff picture. Green Bay over cruising Chicago looking for a quarterback. 3rd and 5 at the 20 now. Minute 12 remaining. And sprint out, roll out. Boone just takes it out of bounds. And barely, I wanted to get the first down. If he did, he got it barely. And the clock is stopped with a minute 5 remaining. Look at them. They're pointing to the spot on the ground saying, wait, we got that first down.
He might have gotten it by a toe.
Miami big over Indianapolis at the Hoosier Dome. Cincinnati keeps their playoff hoops alive. Winning in the Dome, 24-21. They do not give them the first down. 4th and inches. Tampa Bay over Atlanta, 23-6, the final at Tampa Bay. So, Houston is going to punt it away as Warren Moon went for the first down marker and missed it by inches.
Well, number 47, Leroy Irving, bumps him out right there.
You can see Moon looking for that spot on the ground.
Trying to put his foot there.
So, John James, nobody's punted more than he in National Football League history. And there's Henry Ellard, leads the NFC in punt returns. Number 2 in the NFL, led the NFL last year. He's a good one. A couple of touchdowns this year. A short kick.
The Rams were going for the block.
And it's out of bounds at the Oiler 47. So with 58 seconds and 3 timeouts remaining, the Rams are in good shape. Just a 22-yard punt.
Gary Green nearly blocked it. Forced John James to rush it, and he got off a poor punt. They accomplished what they wanted. There you see offensive coordinator with the blue cap on there. This is Jimmy Ray sending his quarterback out. See if they can get a few more points before this half ends.
They're at the 48. They have 58 seconds. Look at the Dallas Cowboys over Washington. You said nobody's beaten the Cowboys twice in the same year, or at least Washington never has. San Diego and Denver. It might be a battle there. Mile High Stadium there at 6-6. Denver plays every game close. First down throwing. First down completing again to David Hill. And Hill finally brought down to 31 by Bo Eason. But David Hill, who's gone some games without even running a pass pattern. He's been a blocking back here. None of the touchdown dances that he had in Detroit when he played there. But here, he's caught a couple of passes this afternoon, and he's a force as they get close to the 30. Coming up in a few minutes. In fact, after 47 seconds of playing time, we'll have NFL 84 on AFL Remembered, the war between the leagues. That'll be the sequel to the war between Mike Barber and Avon Riley. That's coming up at halftime on NFL 84. The Rams leading Houston here 20-13, 47 seconds remaining first half.
Lenny, I think what the Rams are thinking here with 47 seconds to go, they don't want this situation to explode in their faces. What could happen is that if Kemp tries to get it all, he might end up with an interception, particularly if he throws the ball wide. If he tries to throw the ball to the wide side of the field, like a short out pattern, then you have the risk of the Oilers picking it off and going all the way. So if they do throw the football, I think they'll try to keep it in the middle of the field, or at least John Robinson will say to him, don't throw anything that's not a very conservative pass.
Dickerson is halfway home toward what he needed when the day began, and there will be no asterisk. He breaks O.J.'s record in 15 or 16 games. That's a record. Pete Rozelle says a season is a season. First down at the 30.
Look at that.
You're just what you talked about. Keith Bostic over here intended for Barber, and if he could somehow have picked it off, there was nothing between Bostic and the end zone.
I don't know why they threw that pass. I mean, that's just what I was talking about. I don't know why they did that. Well, I guess if you're an Oilers fan, you wish they'd do it a little more often. But with an inexperienced quarterback, this is the last thing you want to do. Watch Keith Bostic, number 25, left side of your screen. As you mentioned, Len, if he picks that off, Kemp is the only person who can tackle him.
All right, now at the 40. It reminds me of the Theismann-Squire thing, the last Super Bowl towards the end of the first half. That was way down.
Blitz.
Kemp got away and fumbles the ball, but he's ruled down. Oh, that's interesting, Gene. Avon Riley says, no, I want to show Mike Barber something, but the play was called dead, and he dropped the ball. And Hugh Campbell on the far side is irate.
Well, this is an interesting play because when you go down, the ball is dead if you've been tackled. But if you fall down on your own,
that's right.
It's not college football. If you go down on your own, you can get up and run again. Okay, let's watch the action here. He gets away now. Okay, now if they blew the whistle there, then he's down. It depends on whether they feel that he was in the possession of the tacklers. You know, that's
umpire Tom Hensley immediately ruled down. As you saw, the ball and his knee touched the ground simultaneously. So, a call that's been interesting against both sides today, and now 10 seconds remaining first half. Complete at the 35, and time runs out on the half. The Rams signal for a timeout. Well, let's see. The clock says no time left. The referee says timeout Rams, so that's an interesting call. And they'll huddle again. I think they're going to rule the time is out. At least the Oilers think so. John Robinson has some things to say. I'm sure Hugh Campbell has an earful to the officials as well. Neither side thrilled with the calls this afternoon, but that is halftime in Anaheim. The Rams lead Houston 20-3. NFL 84 coming up. The Rams leading the Oilers by 7. We're at halftime. Eric Dickerson at the moment 1,898 yards this year, 36 yards away from the former Oiler Earl Campbell, and then it's on to O.J. Just needs 106 here in the second half, and he's got himself a new single-season run. I remember that day, O.J. Simpson. You know, visited us in the booth a moment ago. Bobby Chandler played on that team with O.J., and Bobby said he was kind of sad to see the record fall. He did a lot of blocking. I remember that game, O.J. at Shea Stadium in the snow broke the record 2003, and many people said, gee, that may never be broken ever. But that was before they knew about Dickerson.
That's the way I thought. I thought that was one of the few records that no one would break, because when O.J. broke that record, he played when the field configuration was a little bit different. Players weren't as big and strong as they are, and I said nobody's going to play, you know, long enough, go without getting injured to break that record. I just didn't think it would happen, and sure enough, here Eric Dickerson's probably going to do it. If not today, then certainly probably next week.
All right, let's take a look at our halftime stats with the Rams leading the Oilers 20-13. Big discrepancy in passing yardage. The Rams, one of the poorest passing teams in the league, well, they got 128 yards passing to just 56 for Warren Moon and company.
But that's the balance that they've been talking about, that Hugh Campbell mentioned before. about when they've won football games. 2 of those wins, Kansas City and against the Jets, Moriarty had 100 yards himself rushing in each of those games. And they need to be able to run the football to keep that balance.
Mike Lansford will kick off.
Well, there's the playoff picture. Miami getting a break by Seattle's upset today, so Miami with the fewest losses in the AFC. Denver, Raiders, New England is gone now, losing today in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Pittsburgh next week has to play the Raiders. Cincinnati plays New Orleans, so if they both finish 8-8, Cincinnati gets the playoff spot. In the NFC, the Rams right in the thick of things. Rams coming in today 9-5 as the ball is blown off the tee, and Mike Lansford will tee it up again. But San Francisco, clearly the best team in the NFC at 14-1. A host of teams coming in 9-5, but the Giants losing today, and that helps out the Rams a bit, because should the Rams and Giants finish tied, the Rams beat the Giants earlier this year here in Anaheim. So the Rams in decent shape for the playoffs for the second year in a row under John Robinson. Here we go with the second half. Herky Walls at the 5. And Walls to the 22, and that's where Warren Moon will start out. John Kamina making the tackle on special teams for the Rams. Maybe one statistic the Oilers would like to reverse. You know, over the last 4 years, they've lost 36 of the 39 games in which they've trailed at halftime. I wonder what the league-wide stat must be, but Oilers would like to reverse that here. Trailing at 20-13. 1 point they were down 17-3 after the first quarter, but Cooper field goal and a Moriarty touchdown run, and they were back in business. And here they start at the 21. Statistics in the first half. Moriarty had a good first half. Leroy Irvin stopped them cold at the 20. Loss of 1.
I think Rams head coach Johnny Robinson is certainly aware of those first half statistics with the Oilers rushing the ball more than they had getting it through the air, and he said, look, let's come up and force them to put the ball in the air a little bit. Let's see if we can stop Moriarty some.
He's gained 70 yards. But this one, a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 for the Oilers at their 20. Wide receivers out to the near side. Walls and Smith. Dressel making a U-turn. And there he is. But only out to about the 25. Eckern watching Dressel closely. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Rams and the National Football League is prohibited. Warren Moon, what success he had in Canada. Comes in the National Football League and goes 0-10. Suddenly wins 3 out of 4, and people are talking about him around the league.
You know, in Canada, he played against man-to-man defenses most of the time. Now he's seeing all these different coverages, and finally he's getting accustomed to it. And I think that's been a big part of the success of this Oilers team in the last 4 weeks.
3 wide receivers, 3rd and 6, and a flag is down, and a pass is complete to Smith across the 30. It looks like we're going to have a motion call against the Oilers, which would nullify a first down. They're talking to Jim Collins of the Rams. Yep.
Well, Jim gave you a nice motion signal there, didn't he?
Thank you, Jim. There it is. Well, called procedure.
Well, let's watch and see what Jim Collins is referring to. There it is, number 63, left guard, right punch jack.
All right, Big Mike. So this pushes the ball back to the 20, and once again, it's 3rd and 11. Oilers 2 of 10. Rams 4 of 44. 2 of those 4 set up the last Oiler drive. 2 pass interference calls against Crota, which preceded the Moriarty touchdown. So shotgun on 3rd and 11 at the 20. Good time for Moon. He's open. Roaches across the 40. And Roaches, who's just caught 3 balls this year and only 3 in his career, catches one this afternoon against Ivory Sully, and the Oilers move it out to the 41.
Moon wanted to throw the ball to Timmy Smith, who was in the slot and got down to the inside, but the Rams had good coverage on him. Roaches was a secondary receiver. waits for him to drive Sully back, makes a nice catch, goes up high.
Yes, he does. 22-yard pickup, Gene. This brings him out to the 41 for a first down.
Smith's going to come in motion again. This is a good spot.
Moriarty on the pitchback. And he fights across the 45 again. He is a bullish running back. Leroy Irvin finally on the tackle.
Well, the Rams linebackers, I think that's the strength of their defense. There they are, right in the middle. 50, Jim Collins, you can see he's reading the play, flowing the lineman, taking on the blocks. Forces Moriarty back to the inside, and I'd say Larry is really, as you mentioned before, I think the fact that Earl Campbell is no longer there, he's sort of just come on, I mean, in terms of his self-confidence and so forth, and really playing tremendous football.
2nd and 5 at the 46. Walsh doing a sprint to the near side. Boone right up the middle. There goes. First down and more inside the 45.
Boone, the ball carrier.
He had half the football field wide open in front of him. An 11-yard pickup before Eckern finally got him.
You know, it almost looked like the old quarterback draw, except I don't think it was quite planned that way. It was so wide open in the middle. Let's watch from the end zone, and you're going to see Moriarty, number 30. He's going to turn around and watch. He said, well, you're going to run? You're going to give it to me or not?
His eyes lit up.
Maybe I'll try to block.
All the way down to the 42, another first down. Moriarty, good yardage to the 35, and the Oilers doing what few teams have done successfully this year, running against the Rams. But again, if you're just joining us, Jack Youngblood missing his first game in 14 years at defensive end, and maybe that explains part of it there.
But they're running it right up the middle. Running against the nose tackle, Greg Meisner, inside linebackers Collins and Eckern. And I tell you one thing, the 49ers are going to take a good look at these game films for next week. When they see that kind of yardage being had against the Rams, they're going to want to do the same thing.
2nd and 3 at the 35. Edwards down to the 31 and close to another Oiler first down.
You know, but the middle part of that Houston line is so big. The center, Jim Romano, who was with the Raiders, he's 255, but he's a small guy in the middle. Munchak, 286. Schumacher, Howell, those guys around 270. So they have the strength and size up that middle to really blow people off. And they're doing a good job against that triangle for the Rams.
And another Oiler first down. This drive has lasted over 4.5 minutes to start the second half. Rams lead at 20-13. Oilers driving for a tie. First down at the Rams 31.
I think he's got his man-on-man against Tim Smith on the left side. Oh, they rotate that way.
Wide open is Jamie Williams inside the 5 to the 3, and he drags Gary Green down with him. Jamie Williams, who's with his 4th team in 2 years, was wide open on the play and brings it inside the 5.
But what made this play work was the fact that the Rams rotated their defense. Watch, a defensive back is going to come from the left side of the screen. He's got the short coverage. The safety has to come back over. That opens up the right side. There he is all by himself in the middle, Jamie Williams. And Warren Moon read it perfectly and got the football to him. Let's watch from the end zone. Moon sees the coverage. You saw that quick look to the left. You saw the double team coverage. Gets it off to the right. Pressure from Wiltshire, linebacker.
First and goal, looking for Williams. And he had Wiltshire all over him. He was fighting up on the line of scrimmage. It was a good call. Play action. He had the I formation. Looking for Williams. Well, I don't want to take your territory, but he was working. You're supposed to explain that. He's working the linebacker.
Well, I was admiring your analysis there.
Well, you should do the
play-by-play.
Yeah, why don't you do the next play?
This is the way I'd probably do it. The Oilers with the ball at the 23. Nope, no, they're at the 3. You take it. You're better at it.
All right. 2nd and goal at the 3. Still the 2 backs in there. Moriarty and Edwards. Dressel with the U-turn. Here's Moriarty. No, sir. Stacked up. Wiltshire. Eckern, the linebackers. And it will be 3rd and goal.
The Rams rising to the occasion. The Oilers trying to go to the right side with their strength. Ruth Matthews, big man over there, 74 the tackle. But the Rams stack him up. And the best thing, I mean, obviously the Rams on a goal line stand here, but if they keep the Oilers out of the end zone on this play, the momentum is just really going to be in the favor of the Rams. The Oilers really need 6 points. Never mind a field goal here. They need 6 points right here and to really have a good shot of winning the game.
Third down from the 2. They try it straight ahead, and Moriarty gets inside the 1, and now it's decision time. And the decision is a quick one. He's going for the field goal. Joe Cooper coming on the field. So the Rams have held.
You know, even though they probably will give up the 3 points on the field goal, the Rams feel they have a victory here because they kept them out of the end zone. They feel they've won this particular battle, keeping them out of the end zone when the Oilers had a really good shot of getting them for the 6 points. They've held them to the field goal, or at least the field goal attempt.
John James, the punter, holds for Joe Cooper. Joe is 2 for 2 this afternoon from 21 and 42. This one is spotted to the 8, so it's an 18-yard attempt to try to draw the Oilers within 4. And Joe Cooper is 3 for 3. So the drive took nearly half of the third quarter, but instead of 6, the Rams defense only yields 3. So with 7:50 remaining third quarter, the Rams lead Houston 20-16. Joe Cooper will be kicking away 9 straight field goals after missing his first as an Oiler. He's 3 for 3 today, but a long drive yielded just 3. They used over 7 minutes. And Mike Pleasant at the 4. And a Pleasant return out to the 32 before he's stopped by Patrick Allen. So we've got 7:41 remaining third quarter. Rams leads Houston by 4. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in Anaheim, penalty markers fly as the Rams try to get off the first play of the drive.
Number 62, ball start, first down.
Bill Bain. I wonder which part of him was moved falsely. He's a house.
285, that's listed on the program. I think maybe that weight was taken in training camp, probably.
285 in the program, 315 in your pocket. So Bill called for the movement. 10th year out of USC.
But he loves being with Johnny Robinson. Most of the coaches said, you're too overweight, lose some weight. Robinson, I don't care, just open the hole for Eric. He says, I love playing for Robinson.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. It's not the rules, it's the results. Dickerson on 1st and 15. Dickerson busts free to the 38. A gain of 10 for Dickerson. But now, let's go to NFL 84 in New York for an update.
Thanks, Lenny. This is Ahmad Rashad. And in Denver at Mile High Stadium, Sammy Winder takes it in from 4 yards, making it Denver 13, San Diego 6, the beginning of the fourth quarter.
On the pregame shows, talking with Eric Dickerson, talking with
OJ on the beach.
On the beach. Ahmad had a tough assignment this week on Laguna Beach. Kemp going for Drew Hill and overthrows him, working Patrick Allen. That play on the first drive was successful for a 57-yard touchdown. Kemp trying to go to the well again, and he had a step on him, Gene.
I think he had 2 steps on him. Allen had come up and challenged Drew Hill. He was playing him very close, and he just ran away from him, but he missed it. They're the Houston linebackers, Bingham and Abraham. Abraham being sucked up. There you see the tail end of this. Just a little bit too far for a wide open Drew Hill.
So it's 3rd and 5 at the 38. Dickerson needs less than 100 now to break OJ's record. Needs 96. See if he gets some of it here. Dickerson rolls off the tackler and cleats for a first down. Keith Boston and Bo Eason finally bring him down. First down, Rams.
Eric Dickerson gets this first down on his own. Strong legs. One of the Oilers comes up to make the tackle. Watch on the right side of your screen. He's going to get hit right there. But does he go down? Nope. Nope. Sees the first down mark. Teddy Thompson doesn't tackle him until he gets the first down. Only 89 yards for the record.
At the 45. Crutchfield's in there at the running back position now. Again, throwing on first down. And completing to Barber. And Barber ran into Avon Riley, the man he fought with in the first half, and rolled right off of him.
Well, he's a little slow getting up, though. I mean, he took some shot from Riley, but as you mentioned, he just kept rolling like it didn't bother him at all.
If you were with us in the first half, Barber and Riley exchanged punches, and that's the man Barber runs into right here. Here comes Riley. Boom.
Another 5 yards. There's Avon Riley, gets a good shot, but Barber doesn't go down, just spins away. Then Bingham lowers the boom on him.
So it's first down now at the Oiler 44. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. The Rams lead at 20-16. And again, Crutchfield is the running back in place of Dickerson.
Watch the bomb, watch the...
Out to a diving Ron Brown, the Olympian who we haven't seen much of today. Rookie from Arizona State who won a gold medal in the relay. Couldn't leap and catch that one there. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
Channel 24, KSEE, Fresno.
Back in Anaheim, the roar from the crowd. Eric Dickerson is back in the lineup. Len Berman and Gene Washington. 5:56 remaining, third quarter. Dickerson looking for an NFL record. 89 yards shy as of this moment.
This is usually a pass down, but they don't pass. They were handed off to Dickerson.
And Avon Riley was in on the tackle, and this will set up third down and long.
Well, this is your definite pass down or draw down or screen down. And I think the Oilers are certainly expecting one of those. There they bring in 5 substitutes. Oh, the
Washington
Redskins
coming
are
back. Dallas by a point. And the noise in the background, the ever-present wave whipping around Anaheim Stadium. The only wave that counts here is in blue and gold and wearing number 29. 3rd and 9 now. And the Rams called a quick timeout. It was either the noise or the defensive set, one or the other, but Jeff Kemp spins the timeout. We'll be right back. Rams lead it. Football League. Those are the earlier scores. Pittsburgh over Cleveland. Kansas City at home big over Seattle. St. Louis at home beating the Giants. Home teams doing well. Philadelphia over New England. Green Bay won on the road at Soldier Field. 3rd and 9 at the 43 for the Rams. 5 minutes remain, third quarter. They lead by 4. Looking for McDonald. It's ruled incomplete. The tight end caught one in the first half, but not this time. And at the moment, let's pause and go to New York for another update.
Thanks, Lenny. This is Ahmad Rashad. And in Denver, Mile High Stadium, the Orange Crush comes alive. San Diego had 4 shots to try to get in the end zone. They couldn't get in. Shades of the Purple People Eaters. Lenny?
Nowhere to be found yesterday at Candlestick.
Ahmad said, though, that the Vikings showed great speed yesterday against the 49ers and trying to get off the field.
That's right. All right, Misko will punt again, second time today. Fair catch called by Roaches. And slides down at the 12. So, the Oilers, with 4:55 remaining in the third, they trail by 4. They get the ball back, and will be back. Through 12. 4:55 left, third quarter. Rams lead Houston 20-16. Oilers have never led in the football game. Moriarty. Just don't stop Moriarty. 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Reed made the stop.
Miami was trailing in that game, came back at the Hoosier Dome to beat Indianapolis 35-17. Cincinnati, an important win. They stay alive 24-21 at the Dome. Tampa Bay over Atlanta in Tampa Bay. Third quarter, Dallas holds a 1-point lead, 21-20. Denver, as Ahmad Rashad told us, 13-6 over San Diego, fourth quarter. It's a 2nd and 7 at the 15. To Dressel for a first down across the 25. Chris Dressel making some important receptions this afternoon, Gene.
If we had this on the replay, Chris Dressel came in motion. He's been coming in motion and blocking down on the nose tackle. He's done it 3 or 4 times, blocking for Moriarty. This time, though, he came down inside, faked the block, and just shifted on through out into the flat. Came up with a nice reception. Nice play action.
That is his 3rd reception. Now San Diego and Denver are tied. First down at the 26. Moriarty. Wiltshire making the stop, the Ram linebacker. So they're keeping it simple. Moriarty, the workhorse this afternoon.
This is certainly atypical of what you would expect the Houston Oilers team to be with Warren Moon, who's thrown for thousands and thousands of yards in Canada. Last couple of weeks, they've run the football very effectively. They've won 3 out of 4, so I guess they're saying, look, we'll go with what's working for us.
2nd and 8 at the 28. And near the first down marker, it is complete to Edwards. So we'll see if it's a first down. We told you it's tied. San Diego, Denver. Let's go to New York.
Thanks, Len. This is Ahmad Rashad. And in Denver, San Diego gets the ball following a Sammy Winder fumble. Ed Luther filling in for an injured Dan Fouts throws the ball to Buford McGee, who was a hero of the Miami game. It's 13-13 in the 4th quarter. Lenny?
Thank you, Ahmad. Ahmad doing double duty today. The Rams over Houston, 20-16. This is 3rd and short at the 35 here in Anaheim. Moriarty gets the short. First down Oilers. It's been a virtually turnover-free football game, Gene. Houston, the 1 turnover on the Warren Moon sack, the fumble recovery by the Rams. Los Angeles, no turnovers this afternoon.
Well, Houston certainly realizes that when they've gotten in big trouble, it's been primarily because of big turnovers. The opposition has gotten the ball in good position, scored, and they've fallen way behind, and then they have to throw on every down. So they're trying to avoid that, and they've done a good job so far, and that's why they're still in this football game and have a chance to go ahead if they can get 6 points.
First down at the 38. Stan Edwards, maybe a yard. We're in the final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. The Rams. There was some thought earlier that they could have put away the Houston Oilers. They led it 17-3 late in the first half. But now, the Oilers coming back. 2 pass interference calls led to a Joe Cooper field goal. Moriarty, a 4-yard touchdown run. Mike Lansford got 3 points back for the Rams to make it 20-13 at half. Now it's 20-16. And it's 2nd and 9 to 39. On the swing out, and he falls down at the 40. Tripped over his own feet. Gary Green covered him up. This field is in excellent condition, Gene. It's totally dry and in good shape here.
Yeah, but oftentimes when players are so accustomed to playing on an artificial surface, as they are at Houston in the Astrodome, they do things a little bit differently. For the receivers, when you're on grass, you can make much sharper cuts on grass because you can plant and it gives a little bit. You can't do that on AstroTurf. Runners, the cutting is a little different. On that play, Edwards, he just simply fell down, and I think it was because he's not so used to playing in the grass. And as you said, it's in good shape.
3rd and a long 7 at the 40. They flood this side, and Tim Smith, for the 2nd time today, went inside. The pass went outside, and Johnny Johnson nearly picked it off.
Well, they didn't get the completion, but Warren Moon had plenty of time to throw the ball, primarily because of the Cleveland's offensive line. Let's watch number 62, John Schumacher. Doing a good job of blocking. Blocking on the nose tackle. That's Charles Dejanay, number 70. He did his job.
But Moon and Smith cross signals again. John James into punt. His earlier punt was just 23 yards.
Nearly got it blocked from Gary Green.
This is Leroy Irvin at the 23. Irvin is still on his feet at the 40. A nifty bit of running. A 17-yard return by Leroy Irvin after a 36-yard punt. John Grimsley finally tracked him down. So good work, Leroy Irvin, on this punt return. Looked like they had him squirted away for a big gain. We'll come back in just a moment. The Rams continue to nurse a 4-point lead.
When I launched this business,
With 24 seconds remaining third quarter, the numbers on Eric Dickerson, 88 yards shy of the record book. This drive, the Rams will start at the 40 thanks to the Irvin punt return. Los Angeles leading Houston 20-16.
Look how deep Eric Dickerson lines up.
McDonald in motion. Pitch back. He got the pitch back to the 34. Has to get to the 40 to get to the line of scrimmage. Out of bounds at the 45. You know, he's probably gone way over 2,000 yards already when you consider how far he lines back. He needed 5 yards just to get back to the line of scrimmage, Gene.
Well, the reason for that deep lineup back, ball in his hands, then have time to find his holes, because Johnny Robinson is doing here at the Rams what he did at USC with Marcus Allen and O.J. Let the halfback get the ball and let him read the holes. This time it's a sweep, but he has lots of people out in front. Let him pick up the hole, and if, you know, with this kind of speed, if he has nothing inside, he can bounce outside.
Here he goes again on a 2nd and 3. Here goes Dickerson to the 40. Dickerson out of the 37. Another 10 yards for Dickerson. He's within 71 yards of the record now, Gene.
Nothing fancy about it. Same play. They ran to the left side. Pull those big linemen, let them get in front, particularly someone like a Kent Hill. Let Dickerson find his hole.
All right, and officially now within 65 yards of the record. The last pickup, 16 yards. Another first down at the Houston 37. Crutchfield's in the lineup now, replacing Dickerson.
The Oilers can't ignore those speedy wide receivers on the outside, particularly Ron Brown.
Crutchfield fights down, close to another first down. Crutchfield refuses to give up. Boeson finally stopped him.
He doesn't give up, but he's going to come out because they're going to send Eric right back in. He's gotten his rest.
All right, that does it for the third quarter. So our score, Rams 20, Oilers 16. We'll be right back after these messages from your Loafs Away from the Record. Here he goes again. Dickerson down to the 16. Another 11 yards for Eric Dickerson. He needs just 54 yards to break O.J. Simpson's record of 2,003 yards in a single season.
Yeah, sometimes fighters smell a kill. I get the sense that that's what's happening with Eric. Look at it. He seems to be getting stronger as the game goes on. When the game started, he was breaking tackles. Here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, he's still doing it. 54 yards away from the record.
21 carries for 158 yards, an average of 7.5 yards on every carry. First down at the Houston 16. Just give it to Dickerson. And Dickerson does well to fight for a yard. Maybe 2. We want to be generous. He says quite clearly he's the fastest running back in football. He admits it. He says, that's my #1 asset. I'm the fastest.
Well, O.J. says he has that warp speed from one galaxy to another in a blink. You said that Dickerson is the greatest he's ever seen. I might take issue with that. I'm an O.J. fan, but I would be happy with either one in my back.
I'm sure there are a few votes out there for Jimmy Brown. Some call him the greatest of all time. 2nd and 8 at the 14. Dickerson needs 52 yards as Kemp rolls out. Into the end zone, tipped, looking for David Hill. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 8.
Kemp had David open. open. The only problem is he had to throw it on the run. He threw it a little bit behind David. I thought that Kemp was going to run this ball. He has a lot of room out in front of him, but number 81, David Hill, is open, and he throws it a little behind David. He has a turn there, just a little behind.
Yep. There's Bostic coming in late.
If David were about 20 pounds lighter, he would have come up with that one.
So the congressman's son, who's thrown 10 for 19 for 151 yards. No interceptions, though. Doesn't throw many. Has just 7 in the 11 games he's played. This is 3rd and 8 at the 14.
Blitz. All-out blitz.
And has to head out of bounds for a loss. And that'll set up 4th down.
Brian Soche, I think it was Soche, was the man who chased him out. I think Kemp was trying to get the football to Ron Brown, the speedy receiver, number 89, but Ron Brown gets in the end zone and slips down. Kemp is rolling around to the outside, and when you get him down, hold him down. Don't let him get up. Ball on top of him.
So Mike Lansford will get it teed up for him by Steve Dills. A 41-yard attempt. The 2 today now gives him a club record 13 consecutive field goals. It's a wobbler, and it's no good. So his streak stops at 13 as the Oilers defense holds. And with 13 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in regulation, Houston gets it back, trailing by 4 as the barefooted Lansford hooked it to the left. We'll be right back.
Today's game is brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Prudential Bank Securities, where account executives provide total financial planning. And by Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
Well, there's a lot to dance about with Eric Dickerson. Needs 52 yards for the record, but more importantly, Houston's ball, trailing by 4. And you know that story with all those road losses, how they had lost 23 in a row before finally winning in Kansas City. 1 road win in the last 3 years. And here on the road, they haven't led today, but here they have a chance to take the lead. First down at their 24. Dressel in motion.
Another blitz.
And Moon wisely just runs out of there. Holston was double covered. Jamie Williams downfield as well. And Tim Smith had nowhere to go, so he ran it out of bounds with Reggie Doss chasing him.
It's a good thing he ran that way as head coach Hugh Campbell looks on, because the Rams had their strong safety blitz. There you see Oliver Luck, backup quarterback number 10.
I think that says Steele.
Yeah.
That's he's just got the Steele sign.
Yeah.
I'll catch it. He's just telling Tim Smith to catch it. 3rd sack officially of Moon today. This will be 2nd and 11 at the 23. Dressel with the U-turn. Wheels away. Smith, a first down across the 35.
36-yard line. Carl Eckert made the stop.
Vince Newsom, the man who's been doing so much blitzing, was trying to protect on that play. Timmy Smith, 83. Number 22 is Newsom. Watch. Wheels around. Misses the tackle. And you see Smith wisely puts both hands over the ball to make sure that he holds on to it. Don't turn it over.
Even 60 catches on the year for Tim Smith. First down at their 36 now for Houston. There's motion and movement, and let's see, Meisner is saying it's Romano, and we'll check it out. Vince Ferragamo's hand. That's whose hand that is.
Encroachment, first down.
Encroachment penalty on a defense, but Ferragamo's hand, a knuckle injury from preseason and a broken finger, and that's why Kemp has been the quarterback the last 11 games. They're 8-3 with Jeff Kemp. But the question long range in Anaheim and Los Angeles is what happens when Ferragamo is healthy? Who is number 1? That will be the next quarterback controversy down the road.
I think Johnny Robinson, you know, he's not worried about a quarterback controversy. And with Eric Dickerson, you don't care about a quarterback controversy.
Give it to Eric. to a first down.
Late flag.
What a game he's having. But you're right, a flag is down, Gene. A holding call going against the Oilers. Perhaps Mike Munchak.
Offense. Number 55.
Nope.
10 yards. Still be first down.
Jim Romano, the former Raider.
Will be first and 15.
Greg Meisner, number 69, is the man that Romano is blocking on. Right in the center of your screen. There you see 69. Well, I think he has a hold of his jersey with his right hand. See if he gets a good takedown in wrestling. Just for good measure, put his hand in his face mask.
Just pushes it back to the 31 now. Still first down. Now it's a first and 15. Boom. Got him. Out at the 34. Becker and covering Dressel on that play. So Dressel's getting a workout. Another Stanford man. Made a living in college catching passes from John Elway. And now he's getting them dealt from Warren Moon. Out to the 35.
Not only a good receiver, a very good blocker, as we've seen him help out on a nose tackle, opening holes for Moriarty earlier in the game. Done a good job at Houston.
About 4 catches this afternoon. 27 yards. Second and 11 at the 35 now for Houston. 11 and a half minutes remaining in regulation.
Here comes a blitz.
There he is again. Timmy Smith at midfield. First down, Houston. Gary Green on the coverage. Boy, is Smith a wide receiver? Maybe this year he'll get that Pro Bowl recognition he deserves, Gene.
He's big. He's 6'2", 6'3", 206. And watch how he keeps himself in between Gary Green and the ball. Goes up, he jumps and catches the ball in his stomach. That keeps the defender from being able to reach over and knock it down if you just reach up with your hands. Uses his body well.
I'll tell you, the Oilers playing a terrific football game, and they've trailed throughout ever since the first drive. We still have less than 11 minutes to go. Houston trailing by 4. They're at midfield. Moriarty 2 and 3 yards as he's got 95 yards rushing on the day before Mel Owens finally tracked him down. And Eric, well, needs 52, and he's got another game Friday night. Two games in a short period of time, Gene.
That's a very important point, because next week in San Francisco on Friday night could be a must-win situation for the Rams. Now, with your star running back, you don't want to get him burned out. You're more susceptible to an injury when you're really tired. They're going to need him next week, so I'm not quite sure how Johnny Robinson is thinking about overusing him in this game.
Moriarty on a 2nd and 5 picks up 2 of the 5, and this will set up 3rd and 3 at the 43. Jim Collins, Reggie Dawson on the tackle. So Houston has had drives today, but 3 times they've had to settle for field goals. Just 1 touchdown in the game. 4-yard burst from Moriarty. In fact, we've only had 1 field goal here in the second half. A Joe Cooper 18-yard shot. It was 20-13 at half. It's now 20-16. The 3rd and 3 as the crowd calls for defense. Edwards fell down and dropped it. He's the fellow who fell once before on the natural grass. He was going down, he was wide open and could not hold on to it. Change the cleats, Stan.
As you mentioned, Lenny, wide open. Warren Moon was trying to guide this pass a little bit. It was a little behind him. But again, I have to get back to the fact the difference between grass and the AstroTurf. They're so accustomed to playing on that AstroTurf, you can do things on the turf that you can't do on grass. And I think that might have been the reason why when he turned and sort of got himself in an ordinary, customary position, he fell down here on this turf, where in the Astrodome he wouldn't have.
James looking for the corner. Irvin lets it bounce. Can they catch up with it? Goes out of bounds. Good kick. Out of bounds at the 6. So with 9 minutes and 14 seconds remaining 4th quarter, Eric Dickerson goes back to work. The Rams lead by 4. Washington, the Rams lead by 4. Are we on the verge of a history-making drive? Eric Dickerson, 52 yards away from the record, and he has to carry the ball now as they start from the 6, Gene. No resting for Friday.
See how deep he's backed up.
Dickerson! Oh, Dickerson! All the way out to the 39! Just 19 yards away, everybody. And now they mark the ball at the 38. So officially, he is 20 yards away from the record.
They've just put it on the board. You can hear the fans. They're going crazy.
20 yards shy of history. Not on this play. Going deep for Brown. Oh, and he overthrows him. And he had Willie Tullis gone.
Gives you an idea of how strong Kemp's arm is.
Yes, sir.
Because Willie Tullis, I don't think he thought that Kemp could throw the ball that far. And I don't think Ron Brown thought he could throw it that far because they both slowed down. Brown tried to catch up to it. From the 30-yard line, you see he gave it that javelin heave. Look how far this ball travels. Oh,
Wow.
to the 4-yard line. That's some throw. Dickerson had a great block on that last play.
The crowd on its feet, Gene. The crowd yelling for Dickerson. There he goes. Dickerson to the 44. This crowd wants to be in on history, and frankly, so do we, Gene.
We've already done it once with Charlie Joyner,
That's right.
right?
We saw Charlie Joyner surpass Charlie Taylor for the pass reception record, and now 14 yards away from seeing another record.
Look at the balance. Look at the balance. Now, you know, the other important thing here is that the Rams really need to score. I mean, to make sure they win this football game. So you're going to give it to a back who's not likely to fumble the ball. So they have a lot of reasons for letting Eric Dickerson carry the mail.
He is 14 yards from history. Kept throwing. Kept completing to David Hill on a pretty reception inside the 45.
Looks like that David Hill from Detroit used to catch passes like that.
And Anaheim is alive.
Jeff Donaldson for the Oilers is all over David Hill. Beautifully thrown pass. Oh, looks like a wide receiver, only bigger. Nice catch, David.
3 catches for Hill today for 43 yards. Now 1st and 10 at the 42.
They keep
Inside of
flashing
7 minutes remaining.
Keep flashing it on the scoreboard here. 198 yards for Dickerson, 24 carries.
He needs 14, Gene. And here he goes, everyone. Dickerson to the 39.
He fumbled the ball. He fumbled. I think
Oilers say they have it.
Wait a minute. They're saying he was down.
Wow. Maybe the officials want to be in on history as well.
The official blew his whistle and he stood there and he did indicate which direction one of the Oilers came up with the ball. The key is, was Eric Dickerson down before the ball popped loose? You be the judge. The ball is... Oh, wait a minute, folks. Wait a minute. Let's look from another angle. Ball's falling loose.
Dickerson gets a break. 2nd and 8. He needs 12 yards now.
Wide open. The receiver is wide open.
Ellard. And Ellard's got it. All the way down to the 6. Everyone and his uncle looking for Dickerson. Ellard
middle and the top of your screen. Henry Eller now to the left side, just wide open. No one near him. The closest person, Keith Bostic, number 25. Check out number 29, Eric Dickerson. Check out the reaction here to the reception by Eller. Team player. Says, hey, somebody else can do this too.
So now it's 1st and goal at the 6. And the Oilers take a timeout. But harking back to that near fumble, boy, did the Rams catch a break on that one, Gene. The ball was clearly bobbled and loose, and Houston felt they had a turnover, but no, sir, the Rams keep it, and they're on their way at the 6. We'll be right back, everybody. The lead at 20-16. They've got the ball at the 6. Dickerson needs 12 yards for the record, so they either have to run it backwards or have a penalty for Dickerson to do it on this drive. Dickerson with 1 touchdown today from 4 yards away. And now from 6. Touchdown! From the coach as well. 26 rushes, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 6 yards shy of the National Football League record book.
Now I know why O.J. said maybe he's the best he's ever seen. He broke 3 tackles, I think, in that 6-yard touchdown run.
Lansford adds the point. It's now 27-16 Rams as Eric Dickerson rushes into the end zone. A beautiful run.
Count the broken tackles. 1, 2. Well, he runs away from that one.
On the verge of seeing history with 5:49 remaining in the 4th quarter. He's just 6 yards away now. All right, Houston ball first. They trail by 11. Walls out to the 30. And that's where the Oilers will start, trailing it 27-16. And the crowd yelling for defense so the Rams can get the ball back quickly and get the record.
Well, I don't think the Oilers can afford to play the same style of football they've played up to this point. They have to score quickly. They can't afford to run the ball an awful lot and let the clock tick away. They have to get into the end zone with the pass and hope to get the ball back again and score to go ahead.
All right, first down at the 29. Dressel in motion. Drills it in there. I don't know how he hung on to it, but Moriarty did it. Pickup of 7 or 8 yards. Collins on the coverage.
Inside linebacker Collins, number 50, was all over. You see Carl Eckert, 55, giving the signals. They're going to look at that. That is a good catch. That's a good catch from a wide receiver, never mind a running back.
Yes, sir. Pickup of 8, 2nd and 2 with the 37. 5 minutes remaining in what could be a history-making 4th quarter in Anaheim. Lots of motion, flags all over the place.
Harvey Salem got an early start, I think, 73.
Offense, number 73. Ball start. 2nd down.
Well, he lost his first 10. 1 threat of 4. Comes back to where he coached in another league in Los Angeles. He sees a good effort, but he also sees an Eric Dickerson onslaught. Long day for Hugh Campbell so far. This pushes it back to 2nd and 7. Back to the 32. He drills it to Smith, and he holds on despite the pressure from Gary Green. Wow, is Tim Smith a wide receiver?
He made some catch because I think Gary Green actually hit him before the ball got there. Smith knew he was going to take a shot, held onto the ball, and he came down right on his back. Gary Green grabbed him around the ankles. Smith came down from about 5 feet right on his back. Let's take a look from the end zone. Left side of your screen, you're going to see Gary Green come in, submarine him, but he holds on. Oh, that's smart. Right on the shoulder.
And he is still down and being attended to. Tim Smith has made 6 grabs today for 69 yards. He's taken some hits. Warren Moon has just passed for 200 yards on the day with that completion. It's 19 of 28, a 68% pass completion record. And Moon really drilled it in that time, and good to see Smith jog off.
Lenny, you mentioned that he hadn't been in the Pro Bowl, and it's sort of a shame that a player who is playing as well as he has been playing, last year over 1,000 yards, again going to do that again. The problem is when you're on a team that's not a contender, then you're not as likely to make it. So then you get the people like that who are on teams that are winning. That's an unfortunate thing.
First down at the 47. 4 minutes and 27 seconds remaining. Rams lead Houston by 11. Bangs in there to midfield to pick up with 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Carl Eckern for the Rams on the tackle. Dallas by 5 over Washington, 4th quarter. And Denver by 3. At this point, Carlos doesn't have to try a field goal to hit an upright. Moriarty has just gone over 100 yards, 24 carries. He's put on a show. Houston's played well. Just too much Eric Dickerson. 2nd and 7 at midfield. Going deep. Open. And underthrew. Intercepted by Newsome. Newsome up to the 35. Was there.
Herky Walls is wide open, and Warren Moon underthrew him, something that doesn't happen very often. That is a great interception by Vince Newsome, but Herky Walls had them beat. Now, Vince Newsome is making it possible for Eric Dickerson to come back with 3:30 to go, and the fans are going crazy. They want to see the record, and they want to see it right now.
He needs 6 yards, everybody, for a National Football League single-season rushing record, and they're all on. The number 2,007 yards. Nobody has ever done it better. Crutchfield to the 45. On the Dickerson, watching back in the Houston suburb of Sealy, Texas, watching her boy Eric break O.J. Simpson's all-time single-season rushing mark. As a rookie, the rookie rushing mark. As a second-year player, no sophomore jinx, the all-time single-season rushing mark. Take another look at history in the making.
Eric Dickerson said on the Lots plane he wanted to be O.J. Simpson when he carried the football. He said he never thought that he'd have a chance to break his record, and he's done it.
Incomplete, intended for Ellen. We came in today thinking, well, he needed 212. He winds up with 216, the highest of his career, and he still has one game to go. He has said candidly he knows O.J. Simpson did it in 14 games. He tips his cap to his hero. But you can't take away a season from a player. And in no National Football League season has a man ever rushed farther. Eric is number one. The official number now, 215 yards for a grand total of 2,006. And Crutchfield all the way to the 30. Well, the 2-minute warning has come, and it gives us all a chance to grab our collective breath. Watch a history-making run. Eric Dickerson. 2006. And here comes another one of those fantastic finishes. The all-time leading rusher, single season, NFL history. So long, everybody.
A promotional fee.
A year in which he gained 2,007 yards, eclipsing the great O.J. Simpson, the single-season rushing record. More importantly, Pat, of course, the Rams win it. Now they're 10-5. They're closing in on a wild card spot. And, Pat, I don't think John Madden has seen too many backs any better.